Well, hello everybody. I'm not used to public speaking, so you'll have to bear with me. It was 2 years ago that I first came to Hunt Hill Farm and met Alessandro. And I came to discuss the heating and service needs for the building. And when I arrived, Alessandro was busy painting, I think the cottage maybe. And there were a few things that crossed my mind as I met that day. First, looking at Alessandro's clothes and all the paint on it, I realized probably painting wasn't his strong suit. But, but he was a hands-on person, and that was very obvious. After only 5 minutes of talking with Alessandro, and our discussion was a lot more than 5 minutes, if you know Alessandro, but I could feel the passion that he had in preserving the legacy of the Hendersons and his passion for building a local center that the community could use. As we walked around the property and visited the different buildings, it brought up memories of my years growing up. Our family owned and operated the last dairy farm in Danbury. And in the 1920s, it had over 1,000 acres and was one of the largest dairy farms in Danbury. In the 1970s, the area residents were complaining of the odors and the runoff for the farm. So the city of Danbury said, if you want to operate a dairy farm, you got to build a septic system for the cows, which was not practical. Terry Weil Farm eventually was sold to the city of Danbury in 1985. And at the time, the farm had 535 acres, 19 buildings, 2 of which were listed on the National Registry of Historic Sites. And today, Terry Weil Park is a great place if any of you that have been there. It has about 20 miles of hiking trails, and tens of thousands of people visit every year. So I want to talk about 2 of the important buildings. One of them, our family used to just call the Great House, or the Big House, and it's where my great aunt lived. And today it's known as Terry Weil Mansion, and they hold weddings and other events there. The second building we called the Castle, also known as Hartstone Castle. And that's where my great-grandmother lived. It had 16 rooms over 3 floors. And that story is not so good. After the city of Danbury purchased the property, they didn't maintain the castle. The roof failed and all 3 stories collapsed to the basement, for you people that know the story. So the lesson learned is how important it is to maintain and preserve historic buildings like we have here. My father started our business over 40 years ago, and one of the things he instilled to me and my brothers is the importance of giving back to the communities that allow you to run your business. We're a small family-owned business. Our propane plant is located in the Gaylordsville section of New Milford. We believe in the efforts in preserving the legacy of the Hendersons, preserving the beautiful property here and these historic buildings. And we believe in Alessandro's efforts and vision for the property here, and for his great appreciation of the arts and music. It takes 1,000 bricks to build a wall, and we're just proud to be a supporter of Hunt Hill Farms. Okay.